Time now for Hawk Zone, sponsored by Muckleshoot Casino.
Oh, yeah, we are now less than 1 week away from the Seahawks Week 1 opener against you-know-who. Terry Hollimon is back to talk a little sports ball with me in our new Hawk Zone segment that's now brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino. So excited to have them. So I got to say, this is a big game.
Huge.
You know, it's at home.
Yep.
It's Monday Night Football.
Yep.
It's the return of Russell Wilson as a Bronco.
Yes.
So do you think that the Seahawks are going to have an advantage because they kind of know what makes Russell tick?
I think a little bit of an advantage because you know what this guy's done. We've watched him for 10 years. The guys have got to practice with him day in and day out. Coach Pete Carroll and the staff know his tendencies, but he is a professional. You know, he's over there in Denver doing new things. That coaching staff has him doing new things. There'll be a whole new set of playlists, and maybe he'll try to throw us off because he knows that these guys know me. So maybe there's going to be a little bit of, gamesmanship there with knowing what Russell's doing, but he might switch it up on us.
It's really hard to see him in that orange, but
It's
ugly,
tough.
ugly color. Could the reverse be true as well? Could Russell be telling his new teammates about his old teammates?
Well, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's going to do that because why wouldn't you? If you know something about these guys that could give them an advantage, why not tell them? But then again, like I said, these guys are professionals. Those guys here in Seattle, they get paychecks too to do this for a living, and
Yes.
the coaching staff gets paychecks to make sure that they know what's going on as well. So they're going to throw some things at Russell that's probably different than he's seen as well before. But again, like you said, they know what Russell's going to do, so they're going to have some things for him as well.
Now, we know Geno Smith is going to get to start as quarterback. What is the difference between his style and Russ's style?
Well, first and foremost, you have to look at, and I hate to say this, the size difference. Russell Wilson is all of maybe 5'10", and then Geno Smith is 6'3". At 6'3", you're able to navigate and see the terrain a little bit better than you are being 5'10". Russell used to take he take offense to that comment of him being a short pocket quarterback, but it's true. So Geno Smith has the ability to see the terrain, make those short passes where Russell might not have been able to see those intermediary receivers.
Yeah.
Geno could do that. Also, Russell liked to extend plays, run around a lot, get out of the side of the pocket, and make things happen. Geno Smith really isn't that kind of a quarterback.
He's not that kind of guy.
No.
So it was once said that Russ was unhappy with our offensive line when he was in Seattle.
Right.
But the Seahawks made some offseason moves there. So do you see them starting a pair of rookies at tackle?
Yeah, you know what? They were able to go out and get a couple of rookies in the draft that are really very good. They got a guy, Charles Cross, who was their first-round draft pick. He can do it all at that tackle position. Wow. And then, of course, Abe Lucas from Washington State Cougars, who, I hate to say that, is going to be a great big surprise. Not only is he a Washington State Cougar, he's also from this area, the Everett area. Coming back to the Seahawks, being able to play that left tackle position, these guys are not only really good right now, but they have so much upside, so much potential that I think they're going to be two of the big steals for the Seahawks in the draft.
I'm pretty excited about that because that was one thing that we were talking about in preseason. At camp, it looked like we were having a hard time tackling. What changed?
Oh, man, I just think that these guys, once you get a lot of practice, a lot of reps under your belt, and you start actually tackling people in games and stuff like that, it helps you out a little bit, as opposed to before you're just tagging people and not really having that physical contact. When you get out there and get the preseason games under your belt and you start tackling guys, it becomes a little bit better and easier for you to make those tackles in real game time experience. Yeah,
we talked a little last week about whether Seattle is a bit of a fair weather sports town. Fair weather fans. I'm curious, number one, whether A, you think it's true, or B, how important is it for the Seahawks team to get off to a decent start? Because, we're said to be very loud. How loud do we need to get that stadium to give them the boost they need?
Well, first and foremost, you're not going to trick me into telling people that they're fair weather fans on TV in front of the whole world. What would I look like? You're trying to get me banned in Seattle?
Well, some people did say they thought so. I think one of our producers, Susie, maybe?
Oh, you're telling on Susie now. Did you guys see that bus? Did you catch the number on the bus that Susie just got thrown underneath? But no, seriously though, honestly, I just think that Seattle is a town that when the professional teams and even the college teams are playing well, I think the entire city feels better about it. I don't know if I would call it fair weather. I just say when they're playing well, people are happier.
Yeah.
I think we have a better environment just all around. I think that, people are following the teams more closely when they win. Mm-hmm. And when they're not doing so well, people tend to not follow as much. I think we're just not just necessarily fair weather friends, but we want to be winners. And so I think when the team is winning, the fans are full speed. I mean, there's no better place to play in America than in Seattle.
And we really don't know what's going to happen with this season. So how important is it that we start strong?
It's important. I think it's very important, again, to get that momentum going early, Emily. Okay. But around here, we've had times when the season didn't start off so well.
I remember this.
But it finished well.
Yeah.
So it's a long season, and I think I want to let the fans know and understand, even if things don't start off right or the way that you might want them to, it's a long season and things will change. The team could get better. We can make additions, subtractions, whatever it is. Don't give up on your Hawks this season because we need you 12s. I'm making a push as if I was on the team, but we need you 12s.
I like it. And you know what? I feel like this was a little bit of football therapy.
It is.
With Terry Hollimon.
Pre-therapy.
At the Hawk Zone. Which today's Hawk Zone, by the way, is brought to you by Muckleshoot Casino. Heart-pounding action is coming to the Muckleshoot Casino Events Center with live MMA presented by Excite Fight. Watch warriors ground and pound their way to glory Friday, September 16th at 7 p.m. And you can get your tickets now at muckleshootcasino.com. And make sure that you tune into New Day next Monday, which is Seahawks Game Day. We're going to be doing the entire show from Lumen Field. Of course, my friend Terry will be there.
Oh, yeah.
Along with other MVPs. And we have a really fun show lined up, including a look at the new food that you can get at the stadium, player interaction you won't see anywhere else, tailgating, and more entertainment and so much fun. That is right. It is all happening next Monday on New Day Northwest. And thank you for spending time with us today. Y'all have a great new day.